Getting around Kenya's capital, Nairobi, is a daily struggle for people with disabilities. The public transport system remains largely inaccessible as commercial buses and minivans are not designed for wheelchair users or others with mobility challenges. Kenya has a new disability law that promises change, but its implementation will be a major test. For now, one family's personal experience with disability has birthed a business trying to fill the gap. Our East Africa correspondent Felix Maringa reports from Nairobi.
This is how Kenyans with disabilities have to get on and off buses. Elvis Otsiula works as a customer care agent in Nairobi's central business district.
Waiting to be lifted up to board the vehicle, and then to be lifted down while alighting. It's very tiresome, and also it lowers somebody's esteem.
He has to go through this humiliating process every day because the buses are not designed for wheelchair users. Wilson Kamau was a bus driver. His vehicle was in an accident which left him needing a wheelchair. He says public transport access for people in wheelchairs is still stuck in the past.
Nothing, zero.
There's nothing that's changed. Getting on a public bus is very difficult, almost impossible for someone with a severe disability. Maybe people with some capacity can board it with a bit of help. But when you have a severe disability like myself, boarding a public transport bus is almost next to impossible.
This impossible situation prompted Wilson's son, Daniel Gatora, to be extra helpful while working as a taxi driver. And 3 years ago, he sold his car, took a loan and bought a mobility van to cater for people with disabilities.
The same challenge I saw at home with my dad was the same challenge I faced at work, where people with reduced mobilities used to request for vehicles and most drivers used to turn them down. And when then I got the ride request, they were amazed by how willing I was to offer that extra needed support and how patient I was even with them. And so that then informed what Ace Mobility is right now.
Now he operates a fleet of 20 vans and drivers working across Nairobi. The United Nations Population Fund says people with disabilities make up 2.2% of Kenya's population, close to 1 million individuals. Their rights are enshrined in Kenya's 2010 constitution, but there has been little provision. Bishop Jackson Kosgei is the vice chair of Kenya's Disability Parliamentary Association. The nominated member of parliament representing people with disabilities says that a new law should turn principle into action. It sets out deadlines for transport companies to make provision for people with disabilities.
There are only two things that makes certain gaps be met in society. Number one is the law, and which we have it now. Number two is the right people to implement it. The law itself now will speak to the transport industry, whether it is in private or public. So what will make them agree is the conditions attached to licensing for your operations.
Ace Mobility is banking on its personalized service. Wilson gets free rides in his son's vans. Everyone else has to pay. Daniel admits it's about 30% more than the normal ride-hailing apps.
Where the driver becomes your caregiver, and so they are able to walk with you to the exact floor or building you're going to. And so there's that particular extra touch. And then, so now what happens is there's longer wait time for us.
The new law's deadlines will not force companies to do anything for 5 years, leaving his farm one of the few options for people with disabilities in Nairobi.